Scotland's a wild and lovely place.
But there's a change we must embrace.
Scotland's water's world class.
No doubt.
So, take a refillable bottle.
When you go out.
It's your water, your life.
Top up from the tap with Scottish Water.
Fresh, cool, clear.
And only available right here.
So a very good evening to you and welcome back to the Royal Commonwealth Pool. It's Saturday evening, it means it's day 2 finals. We're going to have some excellent races. Our Olympians and Paralympians are here, so there's going to be some really fast stuff, exciting performances. I'm Duncan McKinnell, I'll be taking you through the action this evening. So we're looking forward to some really exciting stuff. What have we got, you ask? Well, we start off with 400 individual medley. So George Smith, the fastest qualifier in the male event, and Katie Shanahan off to Paris is in lane 4 in the female event. Of course, we've got B finals and A finals. No para swimming in the 400 IMs, but there is in the next events, the 100 backstroke. So we'll have a para multi-classification final followed by B and A final. And in the women, we'll get a chance to see Kathleen Dawson off for her second Olympics, having won a gold medal in the mixed medley relay in Tokyo. So really came into good form in the British Championships. And she'll be up with Holly McGill, who's fresh back from the European Championships, will be going beside Kathleen. 100 probably a short event for Holly, 200 more her thing, but she'll go fast, I'm sure, in the 100 in that final. We follow that with 200 breaststroke. So again, no para events in that one. Eugene Cook, the Irishman, was the fastest, but that will be very close. There was just 100th of a second between Eugene and Rory Dixon, who was the winner of the 100 breaststroke yesterday. So we'll be looking for a double on the breaststroke, the Scotsman from University of Stirling. Then we move to 200 breaststroke. Cara Hanlon, the British champion, is the fastest qualifier for this one, but only half a second faster than her teammate Anna Morgan. And Anna has been in good form recently, so she could run her close in that one. Then we go to 200 freestyle, and Duncan Scott is going in that one. He will already have had a swim in the 100 backstroke, not his main event, but it'd be interesting to see how it goes earlier on in the 100 backstroke. But certainly you'd expect him to pick up his third gold medal, if not his fourth, when we get to the 200 freestyle. And similarly in the female 200 freestyle, Lucy Hope, you would think will be the favourite, going for Stirling University in lane 4 in that one. Our sprints tonight, butterfly. In the male event, the fastest qualifier was Brogan Hyde, 24.36. That was around 4/10 faster than Jamie Robertson and Tom Robertson. Not related, but they're the second and third fastest. So they will be up in the mix. For the female event, Lucy Grieve will be maybe knocking on the door to try and challenge Kiana McInnes's Scottish record. So watch out for that. We finish off then with the fastest heat of the 1500 freestyle, followed by the fastest heat of the mixed 4x100 freestyle relay. So that's what we've got. We're just about ready to go with our first event. That is the B final of the 400 individual medley. You can see them lined up on the blocks here. The whistle goes, and so we are ready to go. The lineup for this B final: Tom Armitage of Highland Swim Team goes in lane 1. Luke Littler and Benjamin Beale both go for Dermot's side in lanes 2 and 3. Thomas Trainer, fastest qualifier for this B final, goes for South Lanarkshire in lane 4. Then we have the junior swimmer, one of 2 junior swimmers in this B final, Connor Aspinall of East Lothian in lane 5. Fraser Tetlow goes for Geary in 6. Hayden Sterling of St Thomas in 7, and our second junior is Aidan Williamson, the Highland Swim Team member. He goes in lane 8. So the times from this morning range 4:56 up to 5:05. the youngster Benjamin Beale. So he's just 14 years old, but not a Scot, so he doesn't qualify to win the Scottish Junior title, but he's off to a cracking start in lane 3. So Benjamin Beale then having a very strong meet, and let's see what he can do in this event. 14-year-old, as I said, he was a winner in the Swim England Northeast Regionals, and he goes through in 1:02.32, leads by a massive 3 seconds. A really impressive butterfly start, because we saw in the heats though that things can change quite significantly as we go from stroke to stroke. So some of these other guys will be hoping that's the case, because they've all got some serious catching up to do. Lane 4 is Thomas Traynor. Lane 6 in third place is Fraser Tetlow. So they are your second and third place swimmers. So up to the 150, 140, 55. So Benjamin Beale, 38.2 there, still faster than the others, with the exception of Tom Armitage back in 5th place. So he's going well here. No sign that anyone's catching him at this stage, at least. Best of the rest is Thomas Traynor. He is a bit more than a body length up on Connor Aspinall and Fraser Tetlow side by side in lanes 5 and 6. Coming up to halfway then. Yes, well, it's closing the gap now. So 2:19.44 is the halfway split. And you see Thomas Traynor about a second and a half faster on that second half of the backstroke. And he'll be looking to see if a strong breaststroke will pull him up. In that junior contest, the advantage very much with Connor Aspinall. Remember, the junior title will be between him and Aidan Williamson. He's in lane 8, so he's at the back of the field at the moment. Connor Aspinall there in that 4-way pack in vying for 4th place. But at the front, Benjamin Beale is being caught here, and his lead is down to less than a metre now, halfway through the breaststroke. And you can see there's about a second and a half faster Thomas Traynor, and even faster than that Fraser Tetlow. So he is coming into the mix in lane 6. So we got 3 at the front of this one now. So this is going to get close, I think. And we have a new leader now, Thomas Traynor, but for how long? Because Fraser Tetlow, I think, is going past him. So he briefly had the lead, but now it's Fraser who's come from 3rd to 1st as we come down towards 300 and the transition into freestyle. And Fraser Tetlow, bronze medalist of national age groups, has the lead by just over a second as we go into the final 100. A 40-45 there, but he's certainly not shaken off Thomas Traynor. It's going to be between the two. You would think Benjamin Beale looks like he's going to have to settle for 3rd. So Fraser Tetlow trying his best to hold on to this lead, but it's going to be very close as they come up to the final turn. I think it is still Fraser Tetlow by about 7/10, 4:18.71. Thomas was a bit faster on that split. So this is going to be a very close race to get us started on day 2 finals. Can Fraser Tetlow hold on to this one? He still just about has the edge, but Thomas Traynor is on his case. Benjamin Beale finishing strongly, but he won't catch the leading 2. It is going to be Fraser Tetlow. Found another gear in that last 50 metres. Takes the win in 4:50.94. Much faster than he was in the heats this morning, some 8.5 seconds. Thomas Traynor 4:51.91 for him. Benjamin Beale 4:54.32. So some excellent swims there, but it's Fraser Tetlow who wins the B final. 4th place there, Connor Aspinall, and that makes him our junior champion. That's his 2nd junior title. Won the 800 yesterday, so nice stuff from him. 5:00. Just a little bit slower than he was this morning. So one race is in the books, and we get ready for our A finalists to come out to the blocks, and leading them out in lane 1, James Boddy from Geary. In lane 2, the first of 4 Stirling University swimmers. Here he is, Pierce Greening. His teammate Angus Allison goes in lane 3. He's got his race face on. In lane 4, George Smith, the fastest qualifier, looking relaxed and calm. Andrew Bertoli, also from the University of Stirling, goes in lane 5. Another one's looking cool as a cucumber. Scott Fleming from South Lanarkshire goes in lane 6. Then we have Derwent's swimmer Joshua Robertson in lane 7. And our final swimmer, Jack Doherty Simpson of City of Glasgow, in lane 8. So George Smith, the fastest in the qualifiers. So he will be hoping to take this one. Let's see if he can. There's your full lineup. So time from George Smith was 4:40.82 in the heats this morning. He comes into this meet on a 4:17, so expect him to be a good bit faster when we come to this swim tonight. Let's see how he gets on. George Smith in lane 4, Andrew Bertoli in lane 5, the two fastest, 4:40 and 4:42 in the heats.
George Smith was the fastest qualifier from this morning's heats. 4:40, so well under his.
So if they go, and it's a good start from George Smith. He is going to lead them up to the 50. The 27.45, so leads by about 4/10 from Andrew Bertoli. Also up there in lane 3, Angus Allison. So very much the University of Stirling guys are dominating this one, and George will be looking to maintain this advantage that he has. So coming up to the end of the butterfly, 58.90. So coming down in the backstroke, he's looking good here. So up to the 150 mark, and well, he's in a pretty strong position, you would think, here now. 132.85, 2.5 seconds up on Bertoli, and this is looking good here. So coming down to the halfway mark, George Smith is a very strong breaststroker. So you would think in this position he is right in there. So 2:06.56. He's something like 6.5 seconds faster than he was in the heats.
Alan, I need that back.
So coming down then, you would think it'd be hard for anybody to catch him at this stage. So 2:42.21, a 35.6 split there. Look at that, 3 seconds faster than Andrew Bertoli. Angus Allison is on the case to try and catch Andrew. So that's where the race is, second and third, but George Smith well clear. So I could tell you that in the heats this morning, it was a 3:32 at the 300 mark. He's going to be way faster than that this evening. So very much looking the favourite to take this one. Up 3:19.59. So that is 13 seconds faster than he was earlier. He's got a massive lead. The race is about who's going to get the silver. Now it is lane 3, Angus Allison, who is just ahead as they go into the freestyle, but Andrew Bertoli might fancy his chances to get that back in this final 100. Let's see if he can. There's about a metre between them as they come up to the final turn. George Smith, though, well clear. A 31 there, 3:50, so we're looking at 4:20-ish as he comes back down. Entered 4:17. He won't be too far from that. That was the time he did at the British Championships, picking up the bronze medal. He won't, I don't think, quite be as fast as that today, but let's see about this second place. You can see on the right-hand side of your screen, Angus Allison holding on to second. But here comes George Smith. He takes the win, 4:20.93. Takes the win there in fine style. So George takes the win. Angus Allison does hold on for second pretty comfortably in a 4:30.95. And Andrew Bertoli, 4:32.81. He's in third spot. So that is your 1, 2, 3. George Smith, Angus Allison, and Andrew Bertoli. So an impressive performance there from George Smith, taking that win very comfortably indeed. Confirmation of that result. Greening 4th, Fleming 5th, Body 6th, Robinson 7th, Doherty Simpson was 8th. So on to the female 400 individual medley. B final is at the blocks, ready to go. There's your lineup. Abby Whitfield for Derwent's side in lane 1. 2 is Lexi Lamont of Aberdeen. Alice Cumming, City of Glasgow in 3. Catherine Body of Geary in 4. Rosie Forster from Warrender in 5. Tegan Black for East Lothian in 6. India Marshall of University of Aberdeen in 7. And Ava Ross of City of Glasgow in lane 8. So a nice shot there. So they get ready to go. The times in the heats, 5:17 to 5:26. There was only about half a second between our two fastest swimmers, Catherine Body in 4, Rosie Forster in 5. So will it be a tight contest between these two? Certainly saw a very tight contest in the B final for the Male and Open event. Good start in lane 3, and that is Alice Cumming. So Alice has the early lead here. So through the turn, 31.68, Alice by just under 2/10 from Catherine Body. And then lanes 5 and 6 pretty close. Rosie in 5, Tegan Black in 6. So there you're leading 4 as we come down towards the 100 and the end of the butterfly. All close now, maybe just edging through Catherine Body now. Has she got the lead? I think she has, from the swimmers either side of her. 1:09.45, but we're only talking 0.05 of a second between her and Alice Cumming. As they go into the backstroke, they are side by side, around about, what, a metre maybe, ahead of Rosie Forster. They are pulling away a bit from Tegan Black now, who has behind her Lexi Lamont in the white cap in lane 2. But just edging it now. Catherine Body just opening up the gap a little bit over the other two. Nothing to choose between them. Certainly makes it look much closer, that split, and round fact it is because it is much closer. Rosie Forster, they're very strong through the turn, 39.4 against a 40.8, so she has the lead now and will want to build on this strong backstroke here as we come down towards 200 metres, up by a body length from Catherine Body now. And Tegan Black has moved up in lane 6. She has moved ahead of Alice Cumming in lane 3, so taking on to second place now. But the clear lead now with the Warrender swimmer, Rosie Forster, 2:28.31. Leads by 2.5 seconds. Catherine Body second, Tegan Black third. Right there with Tegan though, and looking good on the breaststroke is Alice Cumming. I think she's back into third now. Can she make an impact on the two swimmers in front of her? Certainly Catherine Body is making an impact. She is catching Rosie Forster now in lane 4, and she's just about there and looking to go past, but she also has to worry about Alice Cumming because she's coming up strongly. Tegan Black is sticking in there as well in lane 6, but at the front now it is Catherine Body who has moved into the lead, 3:15.58, and you can see there quite a bit faster, over 3 seconds faster than Rosie on that 50 split. So Catherine will be looking to really open up a gap here. Starting to challenge for second is Alice Cumming. Also moving up nicely, Lexi Lamont is in 5th place now, but, well, it's still a little way behind Tegan Black in 4th, but there we focus on our leader, Catherine Body, and you can see she has a lead of 2 to 3 meters now as we come to 300. So a really good breaststroke section of this 400 IM for Catherine, the geary swimmer. So she has the lead going into the freestyle, 4:01.62, about 2.6, 2.7 up as they go into the final 100 meters. Catherine, 5:13.40 was her time coming into this meet. So she needs to do around about a 1:12 to match that. So that translates to a 36 or thereabout for this next split. Let's see if she could do that. Rosie Forster is doing her best to try and get back at her. So 50 to go. So 37, so just a little bit off her pace for matching her entry time. But she's up by a second, but Rosie Forster is coming back stronger to here. Quite a bit faster on that penultimate length, and she is now just about alongside and looks like she's going to go fast. Rosie Forster then, the Warrender swimmer, bringing it on. She comes into this meet on a 5:16. I think she will be inside that. She's got this one now. A great freestyle from Rosie Forster. She is going to come in a time of 5:13.43. The Warrender swimmer putting in a great race there. Catherine Body in second, 5:15 for her. Alice Cumming, 5:17 in third place, just ahead of Tegan Black. Well, that was a good race. Rosie Forster really strong in that final 100 after a very good backstroke as well. Catherine Body dominated the breaststroke, but it wasn't enough to let her hold on and take the win. She had to take second best from Rosie Forster. But here are the swimmers for our A final in this female 400 individual medley, and there coming out first into lane 1 is Aberdeen's Rebecca Reid. In lane 2, Evie O'Halloran-Hutchison from Derwent's side. Her teammate Alice Forrest goes into lane 3. Going on her way to Paris, her last swim before Paris, Katie Shanahan of Stirling University in 4. Ailsa McDonald, the winner of the 200 IM, is beside her in lane 5 for Edinburgh University. There is Nuala Gow for Geary in lane 6. Evie Mackey, the one junior in this open final. And there's Connie Logan of Crawley, who will go into lane 8. So Katie Shanahan, 4:55 in the heats, but comes into this with an entry time of 4:36, the time she did in London to get herself that Olympic qualifying slot. You wouldn't expect her to be as fast as that, but I think she will be a fair bit faster than she was this morning. But how much faster is the question? Can anyone get anywhere close to her? You wouldn't expect it. Ailsa McDonald would love to do the individual medley double, but that is a big ask up against Katie Shanahan, who didn't swim the 200 medley. So here they go. 8 lengths of the pool, butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle. Looks like a nice clean start from all of them. 0.6s, 0.7s, 0.5 from Evie Mackey. And coming down straight away, Katie Shanahan moves into the lead. And she is already about a metre up. Ailsa McDonald in lane 5. Lane 7 is Evie Mackey, the junior. She is in that mix in the top 3 at the moment, early on. 30.01 for Katie. So her split this morning was a 106 for her 100. Expect her to be a fair bit faster than that tonight. She's up by more than a body length, with Ailsa McDonald clear in second, and let's see, it is Evie Mackey in third place. So she's off to a good start, the junior from South Lanarkshire. But Katie Shanahan, 1:04.39, so that's nearly 2 seconds faster than she was this morning. Leads by 3 seconds from Ailsa McDonald. Alice Forrest actually just touching third place there. So Alice in lane 3 in the white cap has moved into a clear third now as they settle into the backstroke. Of course, Katie Shanahan, such a fine backstroker, already qualifying for the Olympics in the 200 backstroke as well as the 400 individual medley. So there'll be a very strong swim in this section of the race. A 35.0 there for Katie. She goes through 1:39.42, now 6 seconds clear. And you can see 35 for her, 38 for the swimmers behind her. So Katie Shanahan, you would think, has this wrapped up already. The question is, what sort of time is she going to put in? So she was a 2:22 at the halfway stage in the heats. You can see the clock just coming up to 2:10 now as she approaches the wall, and we'll go through in 2:13.84. So round about a 1:10, just under a 1:10 for her 100 backstroke. There you get a nice close shot. Breaststroke. Well, she doesn't have a weakness. You can't have a weakness if you're a top quality individual medley swimmer. She's worked very hard on her breaststroke in recent years, and we'll see the fruits of that here. It'll be interesting to see, because Ailsa McDonald more of a breaststroke specialist. So we'll compare the splits on the breaststroke between the two of them. But, well, Katie, so rhythmic as she goes in there. So that was a 39.5, 2:53.39. So we'll see how that compares with Ailsa McDonald's split. So Ailsa going through, and looking at that, that was a 42.1. So even in the breaststroke, Katie Shanahan dominating, some 2.5 seconds faster than Ailsa on that first half of the breaststroke. So Katie with this warm-up for Paris, and she has to do it all by herself. Certainly won't be like that in Paris, where she will be battling with some of the world, well, all of the world's finest. 3:33.41 then as we go to freestyle, a 40.0 for her second breaststroke split. So the question is really now, what sort of time is she going to post? No doubt she is going to take the win by a big, big margin. Coming up now to her final turn. Clock just into the 4 minutes. So she turns in 4:06:58, a 33 there. So we're looking at 4:40 or maybe slightly less than that if she can pick up the pace. So that would be very respectable against the 4:36 that she did in London when she was tapered. She won't be tapered for this one. That taper will be all directed towards Paris. So if she can do around the 4:40 here untapered, you'd have to be very happy with that as her coach, Stephen Tigg. So let's see. She's going to be under that 4:40, I think. So wow, what a time. 4:38.76. There is a lot of applause going on here, and rightly so, because that was absolutely superb. Really picked up the pace. 32.1 for her final 50 there. And, well, nice smile on her face. You'll be happy with that as an untapered swim. Ailsa McDonald coming in 4:58.47. She'll pick up a silver medal to go with her gold in the 200 IM. Alice Forrest coming through for the bronze, comfortably clear of Nuala Gow. And we'll see Evie Mackey there coming in lane 7. Will be the junior champion, assuming there's no DQs. Not heard any sign that there will be. And there is confirmation of that result. So the 1, 2, 3, Katie Shannon in first, Ailsa McDonald in second, Alice Forrest in third, and Evie Mackey, our junior champion. So very impressive swim there from Katie Shanahan, and really shows that she is in cracking form for Paris. So on to 100 backstroke now, and we start off with the para-final. Bruce D, who's having a good meet, going S6 into lane 1 for Northampton. Then we got 6 from the England Talent Programme. Aidan Stanbrook, S10 swimmer, in lane 2. Zach Sturgis, also S10, will go into lane 3. Ryan Potter will be in lane 4. Kieran Williams into lane 5. Jacob Wood in lane 6. So Kieran S10, Jacob S9, another S9 is Lewis Jones in lane 7. And Declan Cassells goes another S9 swimmer for South Lanarkshire in lane 8. So once again, you know the drill by now. It's not necessarily the first to finish. That we also have the complication that we got Stephen Clegg, who made it into the B final, the S12 swimmer. So we won't be able to call this para result until Stephen has swum in the next race. So there is confirmation of that lineup. So they're seeded on time order. So the fastest on time, Ryan Potter. But they're probably the favourite for points on this group is Bruce D of Northampton. He's on his way to Paris for the Paralympics. Having a real breakout season, Bruce. Already seen him pick up 2 medals, 2 gold medals yesterday. So he won't be first on the times, but he might, well, probably will be first on points. The fastest, Ryan Potter, 1:09. So we'll compare how he gets on compared with that. Off to a good start in lane 4, already up by nearly a body length. Lane 5 is Kieran Williams, S10, Ryan Potter at S14. So has an intellectual impairment, but he will lead them through halfway, 33.12. So he was a 33.9 in the heats this morning, so faster than that by 8/10. So hopefully he will add to his point score from this morning. Did a 1:08.1 at London in the British Championship, so can he match that here in Edinburgh? He's going to be there or thereabouts, I think. Second in the race in lane 5 is Kieran Williams, but here he comes, 1:08.61, so that's excellent. Faster than he was, not quite as fast as he was in London, but a good strong performance from Ryan. Kieran Williams 1:10.99, Jacob 1:12.07. Here comes Bruce D, so he did a 1:26 in the heats this morning. He's faster than that, 1:25.89, so he'll also add to his points tally compared with his points this morning. So I think that probably almost certainly puts him at the top of the tree in terms of points, but we will get confirmation of that in due course. But we have that one more to come in the B final. And there is the lineup for the B final. Joshua Press, University of Stirling in 1, Maxim Shamrila, also University of Stirling in 2, Conor Massey, University of Aberdeen in 3, Andrew Brodie, Edinburgh University in 4, his teammate Robert Burgess in 5, Harry Sharp is the one junior in these B and A final, he goes for Warrender in 6, Logan van der Merlen for Stirling Swimming in 7, and there is our remaining para swimmer, S12 swimmer from Edinburgh University, Stephen Clegg. So we'll see what Stephen can do. He world para champion, winner in Berlin recently. He won't win this race, but you would expect him to tally up a points total that will win him the gold in the Paris, but let's see if he does. As far as the race is concerned, Andrew Brodie 58.70, Robert Burgess 58.72, so it could be a battle between the two from Edinburgh University in the centre lanes. So off they go. And certainly it's a really strong start from Josh Press in lane 1. So he took it out hard there, but now getting into stride is Andrew Brodie in lane 4. Also up there is Maxim Shamrila in lane 2. Who's going to have the touch at the 50 is Maxim, 28 seconds dead from Robert Burgess and Andrew Brodie. So those were the two I thought were going to challenge for this one, but certainly Robert Burgess is starting to push on as he got the lead. It's very close to him and Maxim. Andrew Brodie has some work to do. Robert Burgess looks to be the favourite at the moment. After that, it's so tight now. But Robert in lane 5 is about a body length clear. He will take this. He was a 58.72 in the heats. Takes 0.6 off that to take the win in 58.12. So Robert there takes the B final. And check on Stephen Clegg's time. Just over the minute there, 1:00.04. Came into this meet on a 59.5, so that's pretty respectable. Again, he'll be tapering for the Paralympics, so that's 2 months away, so we certainly won't see him tapering for a good while yet. Be going into a final block of training. So now we come to the A final, and coming out to the pool, Charlie Poole for Stirling University, 2 lane 1. Next to him, Duncan Scott. I don't know what he's checking there, but well, we'll see how he does. Not a regular event for Duncan. Jamie Ferguson, very much a specialist backstroker, goes in 3 for University of Aberdeen. There's Zach Speakman, the fastest qualifier. Next to him, Scott Gibson, the winner of the 50 yesterday for Edinburgh University. His teammate Jordan McPhail in lane 6. Lucas Brown in lane 7 for Stirling University. And our final swimmer, Lewis Maxwell of Derwent. He will go to lane 8. So 600 separated Zach Speakman and Scott Gibson. What will Duncan Scott do, though? 2 goals to his name yesterday. I don't know when the last time he competitively swam 100 backstroke was. Certainly not for a good long time, I don't think. But there isn't much that Duncan can't do. And of course, as a supreme medley swimmer, he has to be good at all strokes, including the backstroke. So will he win it from lane 2? You wouldn't put it past him. There he is, wearing that red cap all this week. Distinctive from his Sterling colleagues, all in black. Zach Speakman, though, and Scott Gibson, as I said, 600ths apart in the heats, 56.13, 56.19. Duncan was a 57.36, so about a second and a quarter back on those swimmers this morning. But what's he going to do tonight? That's when it matters. So into the race they go. And Duncan Scott off to a pretty decent start there in lane 2. But also up there, Zach Speakman in lane 4. Scott Gibson, of course, the sprint specialist, so he will be in the mix, you would think. The question for him is sustaining it in the second half. Who's going to get the touch at halfway? It's Speakman by 100th from Gibson, 27.01, 27.02. So it looks like it will be the centre lanes, but Duncan Scott's not out of it. That was a super turn from him. He was it 5th going into that turn, but certainly not 5th coming out of it. But I think it is still the centre lanes leading the way here, and they are pretty much nip and tuck here. Duncan Scott just behind them, along with Jamie Ferguson, but it's going to be lane 5, Scott Gibson, who comes through to take it. He was really strong there in the second half there. 55.79 takes the win. Duncan Scott was not quite able to do it, but he does take 3rd. Zach Speakman in between them will take the silver medal, but 55.79 there is the time for Scott Gibson. I think he'll be pretty happy with that. 54.50 he came into this meet in. He'll be pleased, I would think, to have taken that in a very hard-fought contest. So just looking at the points in the para, I can tell you that it was Stephen Clegg was the fastest or highest number of points, 963. That's not shabby at all. And I think it will be Jacob Wood. That's it. Let's just check that. Yes, it is. 606 points. And then Ryan Potter, 570. He actually nicked it from Bruce D. So Bruce D does not make it to the podium this time, but it'll be Stephen Clegg, followed by Jacob Wood, followed by Ryan Potter. So we'll see them on the podium shortly. So good stuff there. As we now go to our next events, which is female 100 backstroke. And our first one is our para final. We've got a full 8 swimmers going in this final. Maisie Summers, new turn. Our S6 star from Northampton, Scarlett Humphrey, S11 swimmer, totally blind, blacked out goggles for her. She goes in lane 2. Then 2 from the England Talent Programme, Connie Ratley in lane 3, swimming S9, and Amber Haycock swimming S10 in lane 4. Abby Kane of Stirling University takes on lane 5. She swims S13. Then beside her, Tia Johnson, S10 swimmer for Gateshead and Wickham in lane 6. 7 is Evie Lambert swimming S9, and our second S11 swimmer and twin sister Eliza Humphrey. So Scarlett and Eliza, the twins, going in lane 2 and lane 8. Again, it's all about points. Points mean medals in this case. The fastest time, wasn't much in it. Amber Haycock and Abby Kane both on 1:15s, just a couple of tenths apart in lanes 4 and 5. Different classifications though. Amber S10, Abby S13, partially sighted swimmer. So they, you would think, will be battling it out in terms of time. Maisie Summers-Newton is probably not one of her main events, this one. Don't have any form for her in this one, so well, we'll see how her points tally goes, because was top of the podium twice yesterday in her main events, breaststroke and individual medley. So away they go. Good responses from all of them. And certainly taking it off strongly is the Sterling swimmer, Abby Kane. Straight away a body length clear here. So Abby trying to make a statement here, comes into this meet on a 112. So what can she come in on? Starting to make inroads into her lead is Amber Haycock in the white cap in lane 4, but the halfway turn it's 35.58 and 36.54, so about a second advantage for Abby. Of course, has a distinguished record all the way back to Rio, medalist in this event. Missed out on qualification for the Paralympics this time, but has always been very strong on backstroke, and looks like she is not going to let this one slip away. So Abby Kane will hit the wall first, and a nice swim, 1:13.06, so very close to the time she did in London. (1:15.25). Amber Haycock, Connie Ratley, 1:19.54, and that time in fourth place, Scarlett Humphrey there, 1:21.17, and that, to be confirmed, will be a new S11 British record. She got 2 records yesterday, and I think that's number 3. So we'll see what set of points that one gives. So we will get confirmation of that as we go now to our B final. Just wait for the points to come up on that one as well. So we have the points coming up now. Bear with me for a moment and we'll get them up. So the gold actually goes to Abby Kane with 691 points. Amber Haycock and Connie Ratley, 672 and 608. Scarlett Humphrey, though, was 742, and Maisie Summers-Newton, 715. So just sorting that out into points order. The bronze will go to Abby Kane, the silver to Maisie Summers-Newton, and the gold with that new, to be confirmed, British record, 742 points to Scarlett Humphrey, adding to her tally. But now we go straight on to the B final. The lineup for this one: in lane 1, Katie Rose of Warrender. In 2, Chloe Harris, Edinburgh University. 3 is Catherine Renfrew of Perth City. 4, Melissa May Waring of West Lothian. 5, Heidi Wren for City of Glasgow. 6 is Millie Wells of Telford Aqua. 7, Emily Grant of Edinburgh University. And 8, Kiana Kurtzer of Warrender Baths. Kiana Kurtzer, our one junior in these finals, so she, as long as she's not DQ'd, will pick up the junior title. But at the front, Emily Grant just leading. I'm not sure she's got the lead now, though. It looks like lane 5, Heidi Wren, has just edged past her. And then we got the red cap in lane 4, Melissa May Waring for West Lothian. Catherine Renfrew in another red cap in lane 3. This is really, really close. Catherine Renfrew coming up close. It's going to be between her and Heidi Wren. Who gets the touch? It's Heidi. 1500s in it, 1:04.55. Whoa. Some of these B finals have been so close tonight. Melissa Mainwaring taking third, 105.13, but Heidi Wren by the skin of her teeth there from Catherine Renfrew was finishing very, very fast there in lane 3. Oh, so exciting. Can't keep up here. But we have straight into the A final. We've got strong Edinburgh University presence here. Yasmin Hemmerlane going into lane 1. Next to her, Anna Green into lane 2. Then we go to Stirling University for Caitlin Ebbage into 3. There is another Olympian, Kathleen Dawson, in lane 4. Holly McGill straight back from the European Championships in lane 5. Back to Edinburgh University with Olivia Butler in lane 6. Florence Tinsley, Stirling University in 7. And Amy Shields for Edinburgh University in lane 8. So it's an Edinburgh-Stirling battle here. And you wouldn't bet against Kathleen Dawson one iota here. So 1:00 for her in the heats this morning. Her time to be British champion was 59.7, so that was a pretty nifty swim this morning. Can she go under the minute this evening? Can anyone challenge her? Holly McGill, we know, has been in rich form recently. 200 more her thing than the 100, but she will be fast. Will she be as fast as Kathleen, though? Can anybody else put in something special? It would be a major surprise if they did. So Kathleen in lane 4, Holly in lane 5. You would think are the front runners here. Just settle themselves on the ledges. And away they go. Very distinctive position from Kathleen as she prepares for the start. I know she is away in lane 4. Good start from Caitlin Ebbage, silver medalist and Scottish champion in the 50 yesterday. And she's not far behind Kathleen. Also going well, Yasmin Hemmerlane, who won the 50 backstroke yesterday, but she goes in lane 1 in this one. But it's Kathleen in lane 4. She is just opening up the gap now. She was at 29.3 this morning at the turn. Not quite as fast as that today. This evening, 29.67. Let's see if she passes it on in the second half. So she has the advantage by about a body length. It's close for second. Holly McGill in 5. Caitlin Ebbage in 3. Just behind them, Florence Tinsley in lane 7. No doubt who's going to take this, though. Kathleen Dawson is clear by a body length plus. Let's see what the time is going to be. I don't think she'll sneak under the minute, but she won't be far away from it. 1:00:65. So just a tenth inside her time from this morning, but that's progression from heats to finals. She'll be, I think, happy enough with that, and within a second of her time in London, and I think she'll be happy enough with that as well, unrested. So she takes the win. Holly McGill takes the silver, and a second backstroke medal for Caitlin Ebbage. And this time it's bronze. So University of Stirling, 1, 2, 3. And confirmation from the B final, Kiana Kurtzer will be our junior champion. So we take a wee break from swimming now as we go to our first of our presentations. This will be for the 400 individual medley. It's going to be Perth City's head coach, Anne Dixon, making these presentations. What a job Anne does in Perth. Time and again, she produces spectacular age group swimmers. You think of some of the greats she's had, Stephen Milne in particular, Camilla Hattersley as well. Stars that learnt their trade in Perth. So we wait patiently for the medalists to come up. Here they come. So it is the men's bronze medalist from University of Stirling, Andrew Bertoli. Silver medalist, Angus Allison. Well, they had a very hard-fought contest for that silver. Angus just prevailing, but no doubt about the overall winner, and that was George Smith, a time of 4:20.93. The junior champion from the B final, his second junior title, East Lothian's Connor Aspinall. Like that pale green, not seen that before from East Lothian. Very stylish. They have been green in the past, but a much darker green than that, but I do like that. You get the fashion prize, Connor. So now to the female 400 medley. So the swimmers making their way to the podium for the 400 individual medley. And once again doing the honours, bronze medalist from Derwent side, Alice Forrest. 5:03.44 for her. The silver at gold in the 200 IM from Edinburgh University, Ailsa MacDonald. And it's our Paris-bound swimmer from Stirling University, Katie Shanahan. Gold medalist and Scottish national champion. The junior champion from South Lanarkshire is Evie Mackey. That's her second, I think it's her second junior medal. So our next event, as we go back to swimming, is the male and open 200 breaststroke. Again, no para event in this one, so we go straight to the B final. There's your lineup. Swimmers just making their way to the blocks. So the lineup, Fraser Dow will go for Perth City in 1. Robson Miles, City of Glasgow in 2. Connor Mitchell of Warrender in 3. Ben Rogers, University of Aberdeen in 4. Matthew Garrity of City of Glasgow in 5. Pierce Greening of the University of Stirling in 6. Johnny Martin, our one junior. Oh no, two juniors we've got here, both from Perth City. Fraser and Johnny. So Johnny goes in lane 7, and Luke Jansen goes for Warrender in lane 8. So Ben Rogers and Matthew Garrity, both 2:27s in the heats this morning. And then you've got the battle of the juniors, and they were both on 2:31. So the two Perth boys, quite a few lanes apart in lanes 1 and 7, but nothing much between them on time from this morning's swims. So to the B final, and off the dive. Good start from Robson Miles in lane 2. Looks like he's just got his nose in front. Oh, pretty close though. As we come up to the first of the 4 lengths completed. Maybe the white cap now of Ben Rogers. It is Ben, 33.03. Leads by about half a second on Connor Mitchell in the red cap in lane 3. Matthew Garrity, you would think will be up there. Pierce Greening going well in lane 6. So he could be a threat. Probably will be quite a bit faster than he was in the heats this morning. Just check on the battle of the juniors. Fraser in 1 and Johnny in 7. And it looks like Johnny has the advantage in that one at the moment. And he cleared, well, he does. Yes, he does, by about 8/10, but it's Ben Rogers at halfway, 1:10.14, up by a quarter of a second. Matthew Garrity starting to make his move in lane 5. Connor Mitchell still in the mix in lane 3. So it looks like it'll be between the three of them. Matthew Garrity perhaps looking the strongest at the moment in lane 5. Is he going to turn in the lead? I think he is. Not by much though. 148.0 gets 148.3. And then 149 for Connor. Fraser Dow now ahead of Johnny Martin in that Perth City battle for the junior medal. But it's Matthew Garrity at the front. One push from Ben Rogers coming in though to try and catch him. So it's the blue of City of Glasgow against the white of University of Aberdeen, and there is very little to choose between them here. These B finals have been so close all night. It looks like Ben just easing through. He just found that acceleration down the last length and takes the win in 2:25.78, and that is about a second and a half faster than he was in the heats. Just ahead of Matthew Garrity, Connor Mitchell in third, and Fraser Dow there with a strong second half. He will be the junior champion, besting his teammate Johnny Martin from lane 1. So very nice finish there from Ben Rogers, but now we go to the A final. Rafe Dobson leads them out for Stirling University. Then it's Joshua Mitchell for Edinburgh University. Don Bissett, Stirling University in 3. 4 is Oisin Cook for Edinburgh University, the Irishman. 5, Rory Dixon, Stirling University, winner of the 50 breast last night. Emil Moraski for Edinburgh University in lane 6. Callum Melville in lane 7 for Stirling University. And Royas Kringelis of City of Glasgow in lane 8. So the top tip for all these swimmers, take out these little earpieces before you swim. I think they'll all remember to do that. So there was just 100th of a second between Oisin Cook and Rory Dixon in the heats. 2:19.82 for Oisin, 2:19.83 for Rory. So this is going to be a tight one, you would think. Don Bissett was next fastest at 2:20, so he's only a second away. So they get onto the blocks and ready to go. How will this one work out? The next 2 minutes we will find out. Off they go. Let's see as they come out of the dive. Both the swimmers in the centre lanes off to good starts. Perhaps just edging it, Oisin in lane 4 early on, but it is early on, so nothing decided at this stage in the game. Oisin 4th in the Irish Championships, Rory Dixon 6th in the British Championships. Who will prevail here? They have swum against each other before. Short course, it was Rory first and Oisin second. At the moment, it's Oisin by a second. That's a really good start from him, 30.35. And that is around quarter of a second faster than he was in the heats this morning. He's certainly taking it out very strong here. Rory, I think, will be strong in the second half, so I don't think you can call this one yet. But Oisin is certainly setting out his stall. He means business here. And this is a big lead he's got. It's going to take some catching up in the second half, nearly 3 seconds. 1:04.22, 1:07.01. Also going well is Don Bissett in lane 3. He's right up there with Rory Dixon. Just behind them, Joshua Mitchell in lane 2. Are they making any inroads into the Eugene Cook lead? Not really is the answer. Eugene looking very strong here. He's absolutely taken this one out. Coming up to the 150 in 1:39.66. That is about 3.5 seconds faster than he was in the heats, and he's still got a lead of over 3.5 seconds. Well, I thought this was going to be close. How wrong was I? Because Eugene is taken the field apart here. Rory Dixon will have to settle for the silver. There's a three-way contest for bronze. Joshua in fact, Don Bissett in 3, Emil Moraski in 6, Callum Melville in 7. But there's only one winner here, and that is the Irishman, Eugene Cook, 2:16.01. So, masterful performance from Eugene there, 2:16.01. Just wait for the confirmed result. There it is, Rory Dixon second. Don Bissett picks up the bronze medal. A terrific start from Eugene there. Did not see that coming, that was going to be such a convincing win. But maybe Eugene knew. And certainly took full advantage all the way there. He was not going to be denied. So now to the female 200 breaststroke. Again, B and A final. There's your lineup for the B final. Gabriella Winton for Montefieth in lane 1. Nice to see Montefieth getting into a final. Element George of Step Rock, another of the smaller class making it into a final here. Amy McLeod, City of Glasgow in 3. 2 Warrender swimmers, Zara Smith, May Rogers in 4 and 5. Another red cap, Perth City's Ella Thompson in 6. 7, Abby Whitfield of Derwentside, and in lane 8, Ava Ross from City of Glasgow. Times in this one, 2:44, Zara Smith, the fastest qualifier. She was about half a second faster than her teammate May Rogers, so could it be a Warrender 1-2 here? Let's wait and see. Both the Warrender swimmers off to decent starts. Good start in lane 1 from Gabriella Winton. And lane 3 as well, Amy McLeod. Might just be Amy leading halfway down the first length. I think it is. Element George pretty close as well in lane 2. The Warrender swimmers there. So is Ella Thompson in lane 6. Who gets the touch? Amy does. 37.43, up by a couple of tenths. May Rogers second, Element George third. All pretty close. We'll get used to now very close B finals. Time after time tonight, we're seeing that. Can Amy McLeod hold on to this narrow lead? Starting to get in a stride in lane 5 is May Rogers. So she is challenging. Element George still in the mix there. The step rock swimmer from St Andrews. But I think it's going to be May in lane 5, turning first. 1:19.07. 8 tenths clear now of Amy McLeod. Zara Smith right with Amy, just 200ths back. And Element George just a couple of tenths back on them. So these 4, just behind them, Gabriella Winton. And lane 6, Ella Thompson. But it's May Rogers still with the edge. Now Zara Smith moving, I think, just into second place on May Rogers' shoulder. So this morning, Zara Smith was the faster of the 2 Warrender swimmers. Certainly not working out that way at the moment. May Rogers, 2:00.73, leads by a second and a half. So that's quite a big lead to take into the final 50. Somebody will have to produce something special to challenge that. Zara Smith may be the one who'll have a go. And May Rogers holding her at bay at the moment. It's going to be a Warrender 1-2. Is it going to be May ahead of Zara. Zara is closing the gap as they come down, 15 metres to go. As they go past those markers, still May Rogers holding on to the lead. She's still got about a meter's advantage. Zara continuing to close it down. I think she's going to run out of pool though. It is going to be May Rogers taking the win. 2:42.07. That is 3 seconds faster than she was in the heat. Zara Smith 2:42.93. So she is a couple of seconds faster than this morning, and taking third was Ella McGeorge in a 2:46, and she also improves on her time from the heats by about a second. But May Rogers, your B final winner. So there are the swimmers for the A final. Just waiting to be called out to the blocks. Leading them out is Sterling Swimming's Perry Scobby. In lane 2, Nuala Gow for Geary. 3 is Hannah Bowley of Edinburgh University. Her teammates Cara Hanlon in lane 4. You always get a smile and a wave from Cara. Anna Morgan in lane 5. Just a smile, no wave from Anna. 6 is Emily McGee from Dundee City Aquatics. We shy smile there. Anna Finley of Derwent's side goes to lane 7, and the junior, Honor McCarty. Well, looking, oh, a kiss, thank you so much, Honor. Lane 8, the 14-year-old from City of Glasgow. What a weekend she's having. 14, and she's already 100 breaststroke junior champion and is all set to become 200 breaststroke junior champion. Cara Hanlon, though, is the British champion, so you would not bet against her. She lost out to Angharad Evans in a tightly fought contest in the 100 last night. No Angharad here tonight, so it's very much Cara. Very strong 200 breaststroker, top in Britain, no doubt about that. Anna Morgan, also a very strong 200 breaststroker. She did a 2:36, only half a second behind Cara in the heats this morning. Good starts from all 3 of the Edinburgh University swimmers. So Cara in lane 4, Cara Hanlon, Anna Morgan in 5, and Hannah Bowley in lane 3. So, well, based on the seedings, we'd be looking for an Edinburgh University 1, 2, 3. And that's the way it's looking early on here. Cara Hanlon through in 32.97. That is much faster than we saw this morning. We're talking about over 3 seconds faster. It was a pretty relaxed swim this morning. It's not so relaxed tonight. About a body length clear of Anna Morgan now as they come down towards halfway. Hannah Bowley holding 3rd, very close for 4th. Emily McGee, Anna Finley, and Honor McCarty, all much of a muchness in lanes 6, 7, and 8. But at the front, Cara Hanlon, as you might expect, has a lead about 2-3 meters, 1:10.09. Now 7 seconds faster than she was this morning. So taking this out very nicely. That was, you can see there, 37 for her second 15. So this is really fast. If she can hold this sort of time, this would be something special. Going for it very hard here. Camera can hardly keep up with Cara as she comes down. She is really gunning for this one. Let's just see what her time is. Can she keep that pace going? That 37. Well, yes, 37.99. So, well, she could be knocking on the door of Kirsty Balfour's long-standing 2:24.04 Scottish record here. Surely that's not going to be on, but I don't think it's going to be too far away. This is something special from Cara Hanlon. She did a 2:24.59 winning in London. What could she do here? This is really super stuff. 2:15 coming up there. About 10 meters to go as the clock comes to 2:20. What a swim this is from the British champion. Well, that Kirsty Balfour time is safe for now, but 2:27.50. Just not able to hold that blistering pace down that final 50, a 39.4 to finish on, but a commanding performance. Cara Hanlon taking the win by best part of 5 seconds. Anna Morgan second. Hannah Bowley does complete the Edinburgh University 1, 2, 3. But, well, take a bow, Cara Hanlon. That was a special swim there, 2:27.50. Really good there. So we go back to the podium now. And our next presentation will be the 100 backstroke. And that will start off with the para presentation. Going to make these presentations is the head coach from East Lothian swim team, Jamie Ward. What a job he's been doing at East Lothian over the last few years. They've produced some superb swims, had very successful national age group championships. So it is the para medalists on their way up to the podium. It was pretty close for third spot, but it was Ryan Potter, I should say, S14 para swimmer from the England Talent Programme. He takes the bronze, 570 para points. The silver medalist also from the English para program, Jacob Wood, the S9 swimmer, 606 para points for him. But it's the swimmer on his way to Paris for the Paralympics, Edinburgh University's Stephen Clegg, with a massive 963 points, who takes the gold, swimming S12. And, well, that was a storming swim from him. And that sets him up nicely, I think, that 1:00.04. He'll be hoping to go under the minute in Paris. Let's wish him all the best with that. Now we will go to the male and open 100 backstroke presentation. Well, Duncan trying to find his way to a bronze medal podium. Does he know the way to that? I think he does. 100 backstroke. Takes the bronze. That's a good preparation for his medley. So Stirling University swimmer, also from Stirling University, silver medalist Zach Speetman. Just a couple of tenths ahead of Duncan, and that was a storming second half from Scott Gibson that picks up the second gold of this championships, and I think this is number 3 for Harry Sharp as our junior champion. The Warrender swimmer looks very pleased with life, and why not? But that was a storming second half from Scott Gibson, and he'll be, I think, very heartened by that as he really works on his 100 to see if he can match the same high standards he has for the 50, and he's getting pretty close to that. And now we go back to the para swimmers and our para medalists for the female 100 backstroke. And the bronze medalist with 691 points from University of Stirling, S13 swimmer Abby Kane, time at 1:15.58. Silver medalist, S6 swimmer from Northampton, Maisie Summers-Newton, 715 points for her. Scarlett Humphrey, though, with that new British record, 1:21.17, 742 para points. Scarlett Humphreys, another swimmer who is bound for Paris, along with Maisie. There's the three of them there onto the central podium. That's a lovely picture. Three sparring partners here, and Maisie just helping Scarlett off the podium. Of course, S11 swimmer, completely blind. What a weekend she is having. Certainly keeping the record breakers busy. And now to the female 100 backstroke. And our bronze medalist, Caitlin Ebbage from Stirling University. Continuing the Stirling University theme, Holly McGill, the silver medal. Oh, she looks happy about that. So I don't know how I did that. 101.66, nicely staffed. And here is Kathleen Dawson. Her final swim before Paris. 1:00.65, another one who I think will be hoping to go sub-minute in Paris. And there is our junior champion, Warrender's Kiana Kurtzer. So she's had a few junior medals this weekend. So 200 freestyle is next up. We do have a para-finalist one. There'll be 3 swimmers going in it. So all S14. So this time we know that whoever touches first will be the winner. Makes life a lot simpler, doesn't it? So here are the 3 of them. For lane 3, Ryan Potter from the England Talent Programme. Next to him, going into lane 4 from Basildon and Phoenix. Whoa! Rio Rogers, what a man. And Chap Milne, a bit more restrained, from the University of Aberdeen, will take his place in lane 5. So 2:12 for Rio, 2:15s for Jack and Ryan. Just 300s apart, those two. So this one will be interesting, as I said. Straight race. Of course, we will calculate the points for them, but whoever touches first will be the winner. All going S14. The 200 freestyle just swam with the S14s and the low classifications. We don't have anyone in those low classifications swimming this up here in Edinburgh this weekend. So it's an S14 trio of swimmers. Ryan in 3, Rio in 4, Jack in 5. All in their early 20s. Rio, the youngest, 20-year-old from Basildon. Ryan, a year older, 21. Jack, 23. And it is Rio Rogers, first to show, coming off the dive. Came in on a 2:05. So again, you would hope that these swimmers will be faster than they were. They knew, of course, that they were going to qualify for this final in the heat, so they didn't have to push it this morning. Rio certainly showing signs of pushing it this evening, though. 28.88. He's opened up a useful lead over Chap Milne in second, just ahead of Ryan Potter. So, well, Rio Rogers making a bit of a statement here, I think. He doesn't want to stand any nonsense from the others, going through 1:01.23, 32.3 pace there. So looking to match his entry time of 2:05. It's still a tight contest, thought it would be, between Jack and Ryan. Thought they might be a little closer to Rio than they are, so Rio really taking it out here. That excitement he showed as they came out, fully justified, as he comes now to his final turn. 1:35.25. Pace just dropped a bit there, but he has this one all sorted. He's up by more than 4 seconds. So the race for second looks like it's going to Jack Milne, but he won't get anywhere close to Rio Rogers. So 2:12.08 was his time in the heats. He's certainly going to be inside that. What is the time going to be? So he takes it in under the 2:10, 2:08.51. Jack Milne holds on for second. Pretty tight fight contest there, just 6/10 in it, but Jack had the edge all the way through and didn't let go. So he takes the silver. Ryan Potter in third place. So our next one is the B final. You line up Joshua Press, University of Stirling, Zach Slater, East Lothian, then 4 more Stirling University swimmers. 3 is Riccardo Lucarelli, 4 is Henry Baker, 5 Peter Allen, 6 Andrew Bertoli, his second swim of the evening after that bronze medal in the 400 IM. Scott Fleming in lane 7, James Boddy in lane 8. Scott, I think that's also his second swim, if I'm not very much mistaken. He was also in that 400 IM final. James Boddy was as well in lane 8, so all these swimmers had a while to recover from that. So taking it out, Henry Baker in lane 4. Henry, finalist in the National Short Course Championships, has to make do with the B final here, but he'll want to win it. He won a B final at the British University Championships in February. On his shoulder, Riccardo Lucarelli, and on his other shoulder, Peter Allen. So the University of Stirling swimmers up there. Not far away from them is East Lothian Zach Slater, the 17-year-old. 2 17-year-olds in this B final. The other one, James Boddy, over in lane 8. But Henry Baker, 55.31, takes them through halfway. So this is pretty close. Henry Baker still holding that advantage, but he's got 3 swimmers chasing him down, and Riccardo is pretty much there. So is Zach Slater in lane 2. So the 3 of them are going to turn pretty much together, with Peter Allen only just behind them. So let's see as we go through the touch. Riccardo has the touch by 100th from Henry, 125.32. So once again, we've got a thriller B final. Out of that final turn, Riccardo in lane 3, also pushing on. Peter Allen in lane 5. Zach Slater still in the mix, so is Henry Baker. So still the 4 of them. Who is going to get this one? It looks like maybe the advantage is with Peter Allen, but I'm not sure. I wouldn't bet on it. Oh, he does get it. 154.64. Riccardo Lucarelli second, Henry Baker third. 154s, 155s down the route path there. But Peter Allen just doing enough down that last length to take the win by 1700ths. Riccardo and Henry second and third. So another good one in the B final. And now to the A final, leading them out. 2 lane 1 from Edinburgh University, Arthur Logan. Then we have Brodie Gordon-Gibson from Edinburgh University. Just about broke a smile there. Evan Jones, the silver medalist in the 200 IM yesterday. Here comes Duncan Scott looking for gold medal number 3 after that bronze in the backstroke. Alexander Sargent, winner of the 800 yesterday, into 5 for Millfield. Jack McMillan goes to lane 6. He'll be part of the 4x200 team at Paris. Finley Club for Edinburgh University in 7. And Jude Lydiard Edinburgh University in lane 8. So 2 swimmers under the 150 in this morning's seats, Duncan Scott and Alexander Sargent. Duncan, silver medalist behind Matt Richards in the British Championships, earned himself the individual swim, of course silver medalist in Tokyo, gold medalist in Birmingham at the Commonwealth Games. He'll be hoping to be right up there in Paris, as well as, of course, as a key member of that 4x200 team. So once again, it's that we've grown familiar to that red cap now. Duncan in lane 4. Evan Jones in 3. Alexander Sargent in lane 5. So they are off and away. And Duncan Scott is straight away into the lead, just opening that up. Good start from Jack McMillan, you'd expect that. He was right up there as 5th place swimmer in the British Championship, so just outside that top 4, but going to Paris to support the 200 team. Just 300s between Duncan and Jack. Can Jack pull off a surprise here? Well, Duncan will need to be at the top of his game to see him off. Coming up to halfway, it looks like it is Jack who's going to lead them through it. So 51.32 against Duncan's 51.72, 0.4 of a second in it. Evan Jones in 3rd, but he's nearly a second back. So it's going to be McMillan Scott head to head here. And Duncan is gradually closing the gap now as they come up to the 150. Still Evan Jones in 3rd place. Who's going to have the touch at the 150? It's going to be tight. Is it going to be Duncan? Is it going to be Jack? It's still Jack. Still up by 0.3. 1:19.01. Now Duncan Scott has to find another gear if he is to get past Jack. Jack is doing his best to stay in front here. Is he going to take this one? They have got 15 meters to go, and it looks like Jack McMillan is the favorite here, unless Duncan can come up with something. But he is now picking up pace. It's going to be on the touch. Jack McMillan gets it. Whoa, what a race. 1:47.54, 1:47.7 for Duncan. So close. 1:49.20. Evan Jones in 3rd. 4 swimmers under the 150. Jack McMillan taking the gold. Terrific stuff. What a race. You certainly wouldn't have bet on Jack McMillan there, but, well, he meant business all the way through that one. And in the end, Duncan came back at him down that final 50, but couldn't quite get there. So follow that. And following that will be the 200 freestyle female. You'll line up for the B final there. Amelia Mardell goes for University of Aberdeen in lane 1. Mary Mischenko, her teammate, the Ukrainian, in lane 2. Amber Hinton of Dumfries, just 14 years old, goes in lane 3. Also a youngster, 15-year-old Alice Forrest, fastest qualified for the B final for Derwent side in lane 4. Isabel Wood of Edinburgh University will go in 5. Catherine Bailey, Stirling University in 6. Hayley Ross of Queen's University in Belfast goes in 7. And Rosie Forster of Warrender in lane 8. Two swimmers on 2:08s in the heats, Alice Forrest and Isabel Wood in the centre lanes. Strong starts from the Aberdeen University pair down at the bottom of your screen. Amelia in 1, Mary in 2. Plenty of others in the mix. Hayley Ross in lane 7, along with the 2 in the centre lanes. Who's going to get the touch at the 50? It's Mary Mischenko by 600ths over her teammate Amelia Mardell. But now starting to push it on is Isabel Wood, Edinburgh University swimmer. So she's having a good second 50. We're trying to open up an unbeatable lead. Take a body length out of the field in that 50, a 31.6. You can see some 7/10ths faster than anybody else. 1:01.37 for Isabel at the halfway mark. But, well, coming down the third length, Mary Mischenko is coming back at her, I think, in lane 2. So these two getting close now. You thought maybe Isabel, after that strong second 50, would pull away, but that's not the case. Mary has pulled back. Still Isabel leads though, and in fact has held her lead of about 7/10ths, 1:34.50. So Mary was coming back, but then Isabel steadied the ship. But again, a lovely turn from Mary Mischenko. She seems to be leading the contest of best turns. Coming up now in lane 6 as well, Catherine Bailey of Stirling University. She's on a bit of a late charge, but Isabel Wood is the one they've got to catch, and I don't think anyone's going to do that. It's going to be tight for second as Isabel takes the win, 2:07.78. Mary Mischenko holds on for second, and Catherine Bailey in third. So Isabel, round about a second faster than she was this morning, takes the win. And she'll be happy with that. 2:08.40 she came into this meet in, so go down to a 2:77. That's good work. And now your A finalists. And going into lane number 1 there is East Lothian Zara Kravis. In lane 2, Maddie Robertson from the University of Stirling. Lane 3 is Olivia Butler from Edinburgh University. Lane 4, looking relaxed, Lucy Hope, the University of Stirling, getting a big cheer from the crowd. Lane 5, Mari Craig, Edinburgh University. Warrender's Phoebe Arbuckle goes to lane 6. 7 will be Catherine Renfrew of Perth City. And lane 8, Nellie Kinch from Stirling University. So that is your lineup. Lucy Hope, winner in the 100 yesterday. You would think will be very much the favourite to double up to the 200. 4th in the British Championships, earned her place in the team for Paris. That 4x2. 2:02 was a very respectable heat swim from Lucy, quite a bit faster than anybody else, 4 seconds faster. There was just a 10th between Mari Craig and Olivia Butler, the two from Edinburgh University, going in lanes 5 and 3. But all eyes will be on Lucy Hope in this one in lane 4. What can she do? Can she go under 2 minutes? Good start in lane 2, Maddie Robertson. And lane 1, Zara Kravis. She started very fast in the heats this morning. I think she had a point to prove. But really, we got 7 swimmers in a line behind Lucy Hope, who's already a couple of meters clear in 27.81. So she a second and a half up. And, well, this is going to be a race for silver and bronze, surely, as Lucy pulling well clear of the others. We've now got a very respectable female 4x200 team that Lucy is a key member of. So she'll be looking for a good strong swim here as a send-off before they head off to the training camp prior to going to Paris. 57.69, and that is a good bit faster than she was in the heats. some 5 seconds faster. Second place in lane 5 is Mari Craig. The others pretty close behind her. Nellie Kinch going well in lane 8. She may have third. Phoebe Arbuckle, the distance specialist, up there as well. But heading down the final length now, 1:28.60. Lucy Hope now still around that 5 seconds faster. She did pick up her pace in the second half in the heats after a relaxed first half. Now it's all about pushing hard throughout the whole race. So the time we're looking for is sub 2 minutes here as she comes down. Is she going to get under that 2 minutes? It's going to be close. I think she will, though. Yes, she does. 1:59.66. Who's going to get second? This is so tight. Oh, Phoebe Arbuckle. What a final 50 meters from her. So tight. She came into this on a 2:06.80, so to take that down to 2:05 territory, I think Phoebe will be delighted with that silver medal and winning the junior title. Mari Craig adds to her medal in the 800. Bronze here by 300ths from Catherine Renfrew. Some good swims from the other swimmers as well. So that was a good one and a very nice 1:59.66. Lucy Hope showing she is all set up and raring to go for Paris. We wish her and all the others on their way to Paris all the very best. We'll see her, of course, in the podium shortly. But first of all, it's the 200 breaststroke medalists that will be up to the podium next. Head coach from Geary, Richard McLaughlin, will be making these presentations. He was 50 yesterday, had a big badge saying 50 today. And now 50 and a day old. But here are your medalists. The bronze medalist, Don Bissett from Stirling University. He has been regular in Scottish events. Now, for the last few years, been in Stirling. Silver medalist, Rory Dixon, to add to his gold in the 100. But a storming swim from Eugene Cook, our Open champion. And Rory Dixon is the Scottish champion, because Eugene an Irishman. And our Scottish junior champion. It was a Perth head-to-head for the junior medal. It went to Fraser Dow. He is our junior champion. And now to the female 200 breaststroke. Well, there's very much an Edinburgh flavour to this one. Anna Bowley picks up bronze, 2:36.41 her time. Anna Morgan, the silver, 2:32.37. And the gold medalist, a cracking swim from Cara Hanlon, 2:27. Really strong swim there. And our junior champion is Honor McCarty, the youngster, 14 years old, and already a double Scottish junior champion. She's got 2 more years as a junior. How many junior medals is she going to get in that time, I wonder? Certainly, she is having a cracking weekend. So, as our officials bring their chairs back into position, and we get ready for our sprint events, 50 butterfly tonight. So this one we have the interesting experience that we have a single swimmer in the 50 butterfly para event. So he will have to swim on his own. So the crowd here, I'm sure, will roar him on. Just waiting for him to make his way onto the deck. They do have to do a little bit of prep work to prepare themselves. And of course, changing ends for the start. So officials have to sort that out, make sure everything's functioning properly. As they'll be doing that pretty promptly, I'm sure. Just gives us a chance to draw breath for a moment. I could do with that. Don't know about you. Hope you're enjoying the coverage tonight. Certainly seen some superb swim. What about that Jack McMillan, Duncan Scott battle? Fantastic in the 200 freestyle. I can see Bruce there, ready to come on once he is called. So he is ready to go.
We're heading on to the next sets of finals. The male open 50 fly. First up, we have the para final.
Please welcome the one and only swimmer in this para final from Northampton, Bruce Lee.
So here comes Bruce. So he will have sole possession of the pool. S6 swimmer from Northampton. Did a 35.10 this morning. Now, the way this works is he will pick up a medal if he can beat his entry time, which is 34.02. So that is the target if he is to pick up a medal. Otherwise, he'll just have the knowledge that he was the winner of the event. And hopefully the crowd will really get behind him. Of course, he's used to, when swimming in the multi-classification events, he's usually not had an S6 swimmer to swim against, so he's usually had to do it on his own. This time, just the only difference is he doesn't have any other swimmers in the water. So here he goes. Let's see how he gets on. So he will need to try and get inside that 34-second time. He is getting good support here in the venue as he goes down the pool, showing lovely technique here as he goes past those 15-meter hurdles. Let's see what he can do. The clock just coming up to 30 seconds here, so he's certainly going to be very close to it. It's just going to slip by. 34.98 takes the win. Well, no surprise, he was faster by nearly half a second than he was this morning. Not quite matching his entry time though, 34.02, so we won't be seeing him on the podium, but that was a good strong swim from Bruce Lee, adding to his many good swims that we've seen from him this weekend. Of course, Paris bound, so we wish him all the best there. And now to the B finalists. We shall line up Ryan Ferguson, Edinburgh University, Lewis Maxwell, Derwent Side, Aaron Ulkers, Stirling University, Ben Carr of Edinburgh University, Harry Robinson of Stirling University, Joshua Mitchell, Edinburgh University, Adam Ritchie of Stirling University, Finlay Strachan of Glasgow University. It's nice to see Glasgow University into a final. See what Finlay can do, but Ben Carr actually swam in the afternoon heats. 25.5 was his time this afternoon. 25.5 as well from Harry Robinson in lane 5, and it looks like Harry has the edge here. Also going well, Joshua Mitchell in lane 6, but well, it's all about nailing the finish here. I think Harry Robinson has the edge in lane 5, and he takes it 25.24. So that's a nice pickup from his time in the heats, over 3/10. Just 300ths in it for second. Ben Carr just touching out Aaron Okers, 25.36, 25.39. And now we have our A finalists making his way out to lane 1. The winner of the 200 fly yesterday, Tom Bealey, University of Aberdeen. Brodie Gordon-Gibson's pretty quickly back into the pool. goes to lane 2 for Edinburgh University. His teammate Tom Robertson takes his place to lane 3. Broken Hyde, the fastest qualifier. Stirling University 24:36 in the heats. Then Jamie Robertson will be beside him 24:77. Kieran Lennox, University of Aberdeen, lane 6. Luca Plater of Mid Sussex in lane 7. And Rory McKinnon of City of Glasgow takes his way to lane 8. So Brogan Hyde was very strong in the heats. 24:36 was very close to his 24:23 entry time. Jamie Robertson, if he can muster his best form, could certainly challenge him. We've had others who have swum well this weekend. Brodie Gordon-Gibson has certainly swum well. What can he produce? 25 dead in the heats. That was a good swim from him. 24:7 his entry time done here at the Edinburgh International. But as they get their way onto the blocks, all eyes on Brogan Hyde in lane 4. So they take it away. Let's see who comes out of the dive with the lead. Good strong start there in lane 6, Kieran Lennox. So he has made the early running here. But there's others now coming up, including Brogan Hyde in lane 4 and Jamie Robertson in lane 5. This is going to be tight between these three. I think it is going to be Brogan though. It is 24:36. That's exactly the same time as he did this morning. Jamie Robertson got close to him there, 24:49. And Kieran Lennox with that explosive start gets the bronze medal. So a good tight contest. You always expect the male and open 50 fly to be a close one, and that one did not disappoint. Brogan Hyde will take the gold. And we have another para swimmer on her own here. Maisie Summers-Newton of Northampton, the bronze medalist at the European Championships. 38:48 there, so that will be the time she has to beat. That's the time she's been entered on. So that is a big ask to match on her own the time she did, winning a half-foot bronze medal in the European Championships. Did a 40:36 in the heats. We talked about the state of preparation for the para swimmer. Still 2 months away, so Maisie will certainly not be rested for this. She will have all her focus on the Paris Paralympics, where she, well, we certainly would hope that she'll do very well indeed in her core events. So away she goes. What could she do? So like her teammate Bruce D, she's doing it on her own here. So she will get the support of the crowd here as they urge her on down the pool then. What's she going to do? Just going through the halfway there, around the 18.5 seconds or thereabouts as she went past those markers. Now 15 to go, 26 seconds at that point. What's she going to do here? So this is looking good. I think she's going to be faster than she was this morning in that 40 point. Let's see, should she get under the 40? Yes, she can. 39:35, within a second of her time that she did at the Europeans, and nicely faster than she was in her morning heat. So well done, Maisie. And now to the B final. You'll line up there: Iona Colbert, Edinburgh University; Stella McCarty, City of Glasgow; Nicole Dupre for Millfield School; Faith Uder, Edinburgh University, the fastest qualifier for this B final. Identical time actually, with Coco Croxford in lane 5. Two Stirling University swimmers: Josephine Clyde in 6, Jay Blake in 7, and Marie Wood goes in lane 8. So as I said, identical times from Faith and Coco in the heats, but they are both lagging behind Josephine Klein, who has the lead in lane 6. Also pushing on in lane 3, Nicole Dupre in the white cap. Who's going to get this one though? Is it going to be lane 6? I think it is. Josephine takes the win, 28.36. That is around 6-7 tenths faster than she was in the heat, so good strong win there. Strong finish from Faith Yuda to take second. She was 4 tenths faster than she was earlier. Nicole Dupre taking third. Josephine Klein, our B final winner. Coco Crossford, though, will be on the podium as our junior champion. Add to her 200 butterfly senior and junior gold medal yesterday. Now to the A final with the cans on. Warrender's Katie Rose goes to lane 1. 2, Paige van der Westhuizen, Stirling University. 3, Kira Morris, Stirling University. Lucy Grieve of Stirling University in 4. Kira Schlossen, Edinburgh University in 5. 6, Maddie Robertson, Stirling University. Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire in 7. And Katie Goodburn for Edinburgh University in 8. So the fastest qualifier for this one, Lucy Grieve, swimmer who's been on great form this season. She did her time pretty recently at the Adam Peaty International down in London, 26.84. That, as I said, is her time from entered into it. She was about 3 tenths back on that this morning, 27.14. It's worth just mentioning, Scottish record 26.69, you never know. That's held by Kiana McInnes, so off they go. And beautiful streamlining off the dive from Lucy Grieve, and straight away she is about a metre up on the swimmers, maybe lane 5. Kira Schlossen in second place, but it's Lucy Grieve here. She's not getting away from them though. Kira Schlossen is pushing hard in lane 5. They're going to be 1 and 2, but it's Lucy Grieve coming in 26.69. That equals the Scottish record. Whoa! Matching the Scottish record of Kiana McInnes. So fantastic stuff there. So we'll be joint Scottish record holders once that is ratified. Kira Schlosser in second and Kira Morris in third. 26.69 then, equaling the Scottish record. So she will be in the record books along with Kiana McInnes. Kiana, I'm sure we'll get to hear about that pretty quickly. Not swimming here, of course. Kiana will be on her way. 50 fly, of course, not an Olympic event, but Lucy Grieve, well, I did say that Scottish record could be a threat. Not broken, but it was matched. So back to the presentations now. And it's the 200 freestyle that will be up first, starting with the men. What a race that was. Just waiting as we see the swimmers getting themselves sorted, or we don't see them getting sorted. We have the chair of Scottish Swimming's National Swimming Committee, Nigel Scott, making this presentation. Nigel Duncanstad. So he'll get to present to his son. But first of all, we have the para swimmers. Of course, this was a straight battle. We have the -1 rule here, so 3 swimmers, 2 medals. So the silver medal goes to University of Aberdeen's Jack Milne, time of 2:14.02. And the gold, a very strong performance, 2:08.51, Rio Rogers of Basildon and Phoenix. That is a fine natty moustache, I have to say, Rio. You wonder whether that will go when he has to shave down, taper down for his big events. Be a shame to see it go. And now to the 200 freestyle presentation. here they are. Chat looking a wee bit confused. What side of the podium am I supposed to be on? I think we're all organised. Just need Nigel to come and do the honours. Maybe we've lost the medals, have we? Are there any medals? Yes, there are. Just saw them there. So Evan Jones will take the bronze, 149.20. The silver medal to Duncan Scott, who gets his medals from Dad. And a wee pat on the shoulder. But what a swim from Chapman Millen. That's a super swim. Real battle there. 147.54 to take the gold. So Duncan, Scottish champion, and the junior from Perth City. And that is Jensen Norris from his swim in the heats. He's been on fine form this season. Nice to be in that exalted company. Duncan Scott, Chapman Millen, Evan Jones. Three of the finest 200 freestyle swimmers in Britain. And now to the female presentation, 200 freestyle. Bronze medalist, Edinburgh University's Mari Craig. Second medal for Mari this weekend. Picked up one in the 800 freestyle yesterday. The silver, Phoebe Arbuckle. Cracking swim from Phoebe. Lifetime best. And our champion, so doubled up, 100 and 200. Lucy Hope of University of Stirling. Oh, she looks pretty pleased to pick up that medal. And Phoebe Arbuckle is our junior champion, the 16-year-old, adding to her medal tally. So some super swims there. Lucio, very impressive. Under the 2 minutes, 1:59.66. Sets herself up nicely for Paris. So we have now the second heat of the 1500 meters freestyle. Coming out, Thomas Traynor make his way to lane 1, representing South Lanarkshire. Lane 2, Ewan Jones. Yep, enjoy it while you can. William Shepherd of Perth City, he's also going to enjoy it. Can you enjoy a 1500? Well, you can when you're on the blocks. Alexander Sargent looking to double up after his win in the 800. Cam Travis in lane 5 for University of Aberdeen. 6 is Kai Connolly for South Lanarkshire. Callum Sinclair of West Lothian, second West Lothian swimmer here. They've obviously rehearsed this, or some of them have. Not Fraser. Fraser Tetlow of Geary going into lane 8. All business for him. So the fastest entry time, Alexander Sargent, 15:19, is quite a bit faster, nearly 30 seconds faster than anybody else. So you would fancy him. He had a bit of a battle in the 800. He had a bit of a mishap down the first length, goggle problems. He sort of delayed himself to sort that out, and that gave him about a 2-second deficit on Arthur Logan, but he gradually made that up and ended up a fairly comfortable win in the end. This time, no Arthur, so You would think very much the favourite to do the distance double, the Millfield School swimmer. But nothing can be taken for granted. So we will wait and see how things progress here as they prepare themselves. So off they go. We did see Alexander Sargent up here in December swimming in the short course championships. He won that. Bronze medalist in London in the British Championships. Behind Dan Jarvis, of course, who won that and earned a place in the team for Paris. 15:19 was his time from London. So it'll be interesting to see how fast he can go here. Certainly straight away into the lead. Second early on, William Shepherd ahead of Cam Travis. Fourth place up there in lane 7, Callum Sinclair. We also, of course, need to keep an eye on the times from this afternoon. Be a major surprise if they challenged this one. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. I can tell you that the fastest time was Aaron Drake, 17:22.97 for the Warrender swimmer. And that has guaranteed him the junior title. So he will be on the podium. And Alexander Sargent leading the way here. So you'll have gathered no juniors among this group. The youngest are a few 17-year-olds. Kai Connolly, Callum Sinclair, Thomas Traynor, all 17. Alexander Sargent, 22-year-old from Millfield. So he's coming up to the 200, 2:02.40. So 31.6, so pacing nice and comfortably there in those 31s, starting to open up the gap. Be very interesting to see William Shepherd here. If he can stay ahead of Cameron Travis, that will be quite a feather in his cap. Cameron on paper is 45 seconds faster than William. So that will be very interesting. Of course, they will be competing for the Scottish medal. Alexander Sargent, not a Scot. And you see there, 32.3, 32.1. So Cameron just slightly faster on that last 50, but still behind William. Well, Alexander Sargent will be gradually building this lead, you would think. And it's now pretty much even Stevens between Cam Travis and William Shepherd. 32.2 there for Alexander, 3:06.47. So was a 63 for his second 100, down to a 64 for his third. So we've seen a number of swimmers who've had to do it very much on their own. We saw that from Michaela Glenister in the 800 yesterday. So 32.1 there. So sticking on those 6400s, still just a 10th separating William and Cameron. So at the moment we are not going to be near this 1984 pace that Alexander gave us in London. 4:10.74, so again another 64 and change for his fourth 100. Cameron Travis has now just edged past William Shepherd. We'll see whether William can stay with him. If he can, I think that would be very good indeed. He's not going to give it up easily. So just the three swimmers in your shot. As we look back down the pool, they're a long way back to fourth place. We'll see them as they cross, as Alexander Sargent comes back, another 32.0. And you'll now start to catch the swimmers on the far side. There they are, lane 8, Fraser Tetlow just ahead of lane 7, Callum Sinclair. And then a little bit behind them, Kai Connolly in lane 6, followed by the swimmers on the gallery side. So a number of different races going on, but at the front, pretty much on his own, Alexander Sargent. 5:15, it's another 64, about 64 and a half, 32.4 there for his, well, going up to 500 meters. What is that? His 10th 50, I suppose. Cam Travis is just gradually building his lead over William Shepherd now. He's got it to more than a body length. So settling down, I think, very much with the seeding. You see 19 lengths to go. So they're going through the 5:50. And he is holding his advantage over Cam Travis. Just keep an eye on that gap as we come up to 600 meters. Alexander's probably going to be around the 6:20, 6:21. Yeah, 6:19 in fact, so that's slightly faster than I was expecting, about 64 and a half there. Cam Travis 6:24, so under 5 seconds the gap. So Cameron Travis is hanging in there. He is gradually pulling away at William Shepherd. So just securing second place to look pretty comfortable. Alexander, 6:52, another 32. So you can see Cameron Travis on 32s as well, so that gap's staying pretty steady. 4.5 seconds or thereabouts. So it'll be interesting to see whether Cameron Travis can get anywhere close to Alexander. There is 28, 29 seconds on paper between them. Certainly nothing like that at the moment. In fact, Cam Travis picked up 6/10 there. As they go through 7:24.62 at the 700 mark. It would be quite a surprise if Cam Travis can get anywhere close to Alexander Sargent here. Certainly Alexander not swimming to that 15:19 that we saw from him in London. Nice consistent pacing though. In fact, both of them 32.39 there. So a little under 4 seconds the gap now. Didn't change in that, obviously. So this race is one for the connoisseurs. We're into the second half now. 8:29.12. So just under a 65. Cameron Travis a little bit faster there. Picked up another couple of tenths. He'll probably need to do more than that if he is to get seriously close to Alexander Sargent. But the very fact that he's holding that gap pretty steady is very good news for Cameron. Both of them with sub 16-minute entry times. And well, I don't think there'll be either of them close to that. But we could have a race on our hands in the latter stages here, because Cameron Travis is there or thereabouts still. So this will be 900 meters. 9:33:41. Under the 32 that time. So maybe signs Alexander starting now to pick up the pace. Picked up 4/10 on Cameron that time. So it's his strategy to push it on hard in the second half. We'll find out and see whether he can keep working those splits back down towards the 30-second mark or thereabouts, 31s maybe. 31.8. So it certainly has picked up the pace a little bit. 32.4 for Cameron. So the gap is starting to widen again now. This next turn will be 1,000 meters, 2/3 distance. It's great to see these two competitive here. I mean, it's not that close, but it's close enough to make it interesting. 10:37.27 at the 1,000 meters. And starting now to start thinking about lapping as Thomas Traynor and Ewan Jones get lapped by our leader. You can see now that Cameron Travis is well clear of William Shepherd. Remember, he was in second place early on, but now you see him coming into shot. We'll see him shortly. There he is now. So he's a long way back from Cameron Travis now. So coming up to 1,100. We start to count down the lengths now into single figures. 11:39.81. So his pace has picked up. That's a 31.5. So 63's in from here. If you do the maths, that would be 4:12. So we'd be thinking about, well, pretty respectable. 15:50-ish. So, well, not to be sneezed at. Not much in the 15:19, but if he can get under 16 minutes unrested, well, that's pretty good. Certainly looks nice and smooth. Classic distance freestyler stroke, long arms, legs not doing too much. That might change in the latter stages. 300 to go now, 12:43. So again, just over 63 there. 12:51, so the gap has increased to about 8 seconds now. More swimmers getting lapped, so 5 swimmers now have been lapped. Only a few unlapped now.
Whether we can make it a split this one. Maybe close to that, I think. Next one from Cameron as well, he's kept at it.
31.9. 32.4. So another half second built onto the Sargent lead. So we are now very much bringing this one to a conclusion. 200 to go after this next turn. 13:47. Again, under 32. So just under 64 that time. So certainly going to be under the 16 minutes, you would think. Level pacing would be 15:55. You'd expect him to pick on a bit of a sprint to get a bit closer to 15:50. So 3 lengths to go, 14.19, and again 32.5, so he hasn't picked up the pace yet. Cameron, 14.28, so he's going to be around the 16-minute mark, may just be slightly over, unless he can really pick up the pace in the final throws of this race. But it'll be the bell now for Alexander Sargent. And there he goes. You see just how smooth he was, very little splash through that turn. 14.52.25. Now, will he go to the legs? Not yet. Cameron Travis has the bell. So coming up to the final turn for Alexander Sargent, on his way to distance double. 15.24. Now, are the legs going? You can't quite see the legs in that shot. Now you can. Oh, going a little bit, not that much. The stroke rate has increased, but I think this is about just finishing the job and not really tearing down this last length. It's just about bringing it in, and he does that. 15.56. It did pick up a bit as at a second in that last 50 meters. 15.56.15 takes the win. Cameron Travis 16.04.45. That was pretty decent, within about 16 seconds of his entry time. So in for third, William Shepherd there, 16.28. So that's a nice win from him, 5-second improvement on his entry time. Finishing on a 31.7, so he certainly picked up the pace at the back end of that, and a well-earned bronze medal for him. So all those times, as you'd expect, faster than we saw in the first heat. Then we got those two on the far side coming in for 4th and 5th. So the times here, Callum 17.05 entry time, Fraser 17.09. So pretty close between them at the end, but there they go, 17.18, 17.19. So 10 seconds plus behind. Next in lane 6, Kai Connolly. 17.32, and then oh, look at this. Who's going to get 7th? Look at that. Just 3/10 between them at the end in lanes 1 and 2. Thomas Traynor and Ewan Jones. Thomas just edging it. 17.38.7, 17.39.0. But Alexander Sargent was a comfortable winner there. Cam Travis will be the Scottish champion. William Shepherd taking the bronze medal, and Aaron Drake from the first heat will be the junior. One more event to go, and that will be our relay, but I think we have presentations before that. Just checking my schedule. Yes, we do. The 50 butterfly presentations will be up now. First up will be the men, male and open. And will be Helen Murray, past president of the Scottish Amateur Swimming Association, the guru behind the Edinburgh International. Will be making these presentations. They do seem to be having a bit of trouble navigating their way to the podium at the moment. So bronze medalist from the University of Aberdeen performance team, Kieran Lennox. The silver medalist from Stirling University, Jamie Robertson. The gold medalist and open champion from Stirling University, Brogan Hyde. And the national champion is Jamie Robertson. A little bit of confusion here, but Jamie is the national champion, and then we also have our junior champion. Doesn't look like our junior champion here. That is Ethan Collins from Bellshill Sharks. And the female 50 butterfly presentation is next. The bronze medalist is Stirling University's Ciara Morris. Very fast finish from our silver medalist, Ciara Schlossen of Edinburgh University. But what a swim for the gold medal, the Scottish champion, equaling the Scottish record, 26.69, Lucy Grieve from the University of Stirling. Fantastic swim, Lucy. And the junior champion is Coco Croxford from South Lanarkshire. So picking up another medal there. Winner in the 200 fly yesterday. Now junior champion in the 50 fly. So we now go to our final race of the evening. And that will be the fastest heat of the 4x100 mixed freestyle relay. So there's your teams in this fastest heat. In lane 1, Ren 96 A team. Not quite ready to come out yet, just getting yourselves organised, I think. So we'll wait patiently to see them. So just a little hiatus here before we get this final race underway. Looks like the Ren team are there. So you see 2 Ren caps there. Ren 96 based in Renfrewshire. I think we've had a costume malfunction from one of the swimmers. That was what our delay was for, but we look to be good to go now. So Ren 96 into lane 1. That's the City of Glasgow D team making their way to lane 2. City of Glasgow C team in 3. Edinburgh University A team in 4. University of Aberdeen A team in 5. West Lothian in 6. South Ayrshire in 7. Geary in lane 8. Fastest time from the heats this morning. University of Aberdeen B team 3:52.78. We also saw the time for a junior team, City of Glasgow 3:55.13. So they will be our junior champions. All of these teams are not junior teams in this final heat. So getting ourselves sorted now. Fastest entry times, Edinburgh University. Did a 1-2 in the medley relay, just running the one team in this one, but you would fancy their chances with that one team. No Stirling team, so they do have a University of Aberdeen team to compete against. They go in lane 5, and some strong City of Glasgow teams as well. So away we go. We have Magnus Morris going for Ren 96, Louis Lawler going for City of Glasgow D, Rory McKinnon for the C team, Finley Clubb for Edinburgh University, Tom Bealey for University of Aberdeen, Swim West Lothian led off by Natalie Marshall, Benji Jeffries for South Ayrshire, James Boddy for Geary. So bucking the trend here, West Lothian leading off with a woman, everybody else with the men. Well, in fact, that's not true because lane 4 have changed their order and they're leading off with a woman as well. Not sure who that is. Might be Lara Thompson. But at the first changeover, it's City of Glasgow in lane 3, 52.11. So they have gone male at the front. Aidan Kay on their second leg. It looks like going past them now, University of Aberdeen with Kieran Lennox. They've also gone male up front. Edinburgh University on the comeback trail. They put in their first man. I think that might be Finley Clubb going in for them in lane 4. But Ren 96, in fact, turning third. Tom Jeffords. And beside them, City of Glasgow D team with Finley Sang. So Edinburgh University have a lot of making up to do in the second half here. Having written up their chances, let's see. All these other teams, though, will be going to the females, headed by City of Glasgow, 144.57. Louise Connell on the third leg for them. University of Aberdeen, Mary Mischenko. So a strong performer there in lane 5. Lanes 1 and 2, Gabriella Lessing for Ren, Safrina Machin for the City of Glasgow D team. Then we've got the female for Edinburgh University, that's Katie Goodburn for them. So City of Glasgow lead the way to 13.67. Just a second up now on University of Aberdeen, who are closing the gap. Ren still holding third. Edinburgh University are making ground in lane 5, but still in 5th or 6th. So at the moment, it's very much looks like it's going to be City of Glasgow versus University of Aberdeen as we come up to the final changeover. Looks like Aberdeen have the advantage now, and it is 2:45.23. So it'll be up to Amelia Mardell to race against Heidi Wren. Looks like Heidi's turning right up there with Amelia. Now starting to make the move is Scott Gibson, the backstroke specialist we saw at the top of the podium in the 100 back earlier, but he's doing freestyle here. He's a useful freestyler and he is eating up the distance now between the two teams in front of him. Let's see what the gap is. It is about 1.7 between first and third, but 3.5 seconds was the gap between the splits there for Scott Gibson. He is moving through, so they were way back when they led off with their women, but now Scott Gibson has brought Edinburgh University storming through. They will take the win. Their strategy paid off, and they take the win in 3:41.92. So that gets the win for them. Nicely done. Not far away from the Scottish club record of 3:38 that they hold, but that will maintain itself. Just wait for confirmation. You never quite know with relays, so make sure all the changeovers were legal. It looks like everything was fine, so that is the order. So your final order is Edinburgh University, University of Aberdeen and City of Glasgow. In fact, it was Brodie Gordon-Gibson on that anchor, so that was a change from what was on my programme. But that paid off, Brodie getting the job done. So we have some more presentations before we close up for the night. Our 1500 freestyle and our freestyle relay. So do stay tuned to watch these swimmers pick up their medals. And it will be the 1500 swimmers coming up first. It's going to be Scotland's national coach, Ian Wright, making these presentations. And our 1500 freestylers making their way to the podium. Bronze medalist from Perth City, William Shepherd. Looks pretty pleased with that, so he should be. That was our best time from him, 16:28.64. A nice record to take back to Perth. Silver medalist Cameron Travis, 16:04.45. And the Open champion, Alexander Sargent. So 8 and 15 double. Tick in the box for that. I'm sure that was his aim. The national champion is Cameron Travis. Top Scot. And the junior champion from the earlier heat, very nice time, 17:22.97, Aaron Drake of Warren de Bass. Finished off a very creditable 6th place overall, so he was faster than a good number of those swimmers in the evening heat. So well done, Aaron. And our final presentation is that relay. It takes just a moment to get our relay teams organised. Make sure they've all suited and booted. While we do that, a reminder that we have one more day of competition. So we'll be back on air just before 9 o'clock. We hope to see you joining. Well, we won't see you, and you won't see me, but you'll see the swimming. That's the important thing. And we hope to have you there on a Sunday morning. As I say, we'll come on air at 5 to 9 for our final set of morning heats. And then, of course, back again for the afternoon and our third night of finals tomorrow evening. So lots to look forward to there. So the afternoon session will come on air about 1:10 and around about 5:25 for the finals tomorrow night. Ian Wright just checking his tweets. Make sure he's up to date while he waits for the medalists to make their way. Highlight of the night? Well, you'll have your views, my view. That 200 freestyle male race with that battle royal with Jack McMillan just touching out Duncan Scott. And then, of course, that Scottish record in the 50 butterfly, Lucy Grieve. It's our first Scottish record of these championships this year. I hope maybe we'll get some more tomorrow, let's hope so. But well done to Lucy for getting that started. So the swimmers obviously had to go and get themselves properly suited, and they're now, I think, appearing in the medal marshalling area, and hopefully will be out very shortly. Here they come. So a bit of a tight squeeze it's going to be. Move up. So a bronze medalist, City of Glasgow C team. The C team, Rory McKinnon, Aidan Kay, Louise Connell and Heidi Wren. Of course, Ian Wright, until a couple of years ago, was the head coach at City of Glasgow, so he'll know these swimmers well. Silver medalist, University of Aberdeen performance. Come on, guys, let the girls zoom to the front. So the team, Tom Bealey, Kieran Lennox, Mary Mischenko and Amelia Mardell. And the gold medalists and Scottish national champions, Edinburgh University. Edinburgh University team, Lara Thompson, Finley Club, Mari Craig, and Brodie Gordon-Gibson. Brodie getting the glorious shift of coming tearing through the field against the women to take the gold for his team. And our junior champions, City of Glasgow junior team. Looks like we just have the two late girls from that team here, because they swam in the morning heat. So the full team, Nikolai Cisnet, Alice Cumming, Gregor Ross and Ellie Kennedy. So the girls have to promise faithfully to hand over the medals to the boys. I'm sure they will, but for the moment they've got 2 medals each and look pretty pleased about it. Who needs boys anyway? So that's it. We are done for day 2. One more day to go. As I mentioned earlier, we'll be back 5 to 9 tomorrow morning. We hope that you will join us. But for now, from myself, Duncan McKinnell, we wish you a very good evening from the Royal Commonwealth Pool here in Edinburgh. Good night.